Hey guys, Angel here with the Bullish Bears team. I am making the watch list video for Monday, March 4th. We have S&P futures pulled up. You can see it's still in that ascending triangle. It's right at this angular resistance. We'll see if it can break out and continue to head up, and if we'll be in some bullish territory. You can see this V pattern to end the day, so that's another bullish pattern. So let's get started on the watch list for Monday. We'll take a look at NTLA. Okay, so I like this one. It looks like an inverse head and shoulders. You can see left shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's going to have some resistance around this 1911. Let's take a look at the hourly, see what the hourly shows us. So it's an ascending triangle on the hourly with a bull flag. So I like that it's bullish on its time frames. So I'm going to put this one on the watch list. So inverse head, and shoulders on daily. Watch for possible resistance around 1911. Right, so that was NTLA. Let's take a look at CBAY. So this is going to be a no for me because it's a high wave candle, super indecisive. So I'd want to see what it's going to do Monday before I even took a look at it. You could say it's an inverse head and shoulders with the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, but it broke the neckline and then went super indecisive, so I wouldn't put that on right now. So let's take a look at HZN. So this is sort of bull flagging. I don't like this FU pattern to end the day on Friday. Let's take a look at the hourly, see what the hourly shows us. And that's an evening star. So I would want to just wait to see what direction it picked Monday before I'd put it on. Let's take a look at CNAT. So this one was a double top and it failed on the 5-minute. Let's take a look at the hourly. It does have a gap to fill on the daily, which would be, you can see this like little double top on the hourly too, but it did not, it closed above moving averages. So you can almost say it's a cup and then the handle was on Friday. And I do like that gap. It's going to have resistance around the top of that gap, around 262. Let's see. Cup and handle-ish on hourly. Price has gap to fill. Watch for resistance around 262 and top of gap. Because if it breaks that 262 resistance, then it's got the top of this gap. Oh, well, first you'll have the 200, then the top of that gap. But it has some room if it breaks out. AFMD. Okay, so this is reversing. Moving averages are separating after trading sideways and being pinched. Gonna have resistance around, resistance at 386, and you can see that it didn't break it yesterday. So I wouldn't put this on right now, I don't think, until it broke that. Well, maybe. Let's take a look at the hourly. See what the hourly tells me. So it traded above moving averages. Could potentially be forming a bull flag. It did break that 375 resistance. You can see this like bull flag on the 5-minute to end the day. So I'll put it on. If it can break 386, then it's got resistance up to 410. All right, so bull flagging on hourly. If price can break 386, watch for resistance around 410. All right, so that's AFMD. Let's take a look at edge. Oops. All right, so this one, I'm going to say no. It has a ton of shares, not a ton of volume. You can just see that in the, look at that 5-minute chart. It's just sort of messy. So I wouldn't put that on. BSQR. I would not put this on. It's trapped in between moving averages, and it's probably going to just trade that way. You can see rejected off that 200, traded sideways, tried it again, and it's just, I wouldn't put that on right now. Let's take a look at EPD, and that's right at resistance. I would have to break through all those moving averages before I would look at it. PPDF. Okay, so this is right between the support and resistance, and it's tested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times and hasn't been able to break it. So I would wait to put this on until it broke out of this 550, because then it has room up to around 650. So I would just wait for it to break out of this range right here before I'd put it on. So let's take a look at FTK. Okay, so this one has been oversold for over a month now, so it may have to pull back. It can also mean that it's in a strong trend. It's got resistance around this 489. Let's take a look at the hourly, see what the hourly is showing us. So it's trading above moving averages. It's sort of riding the 9, which I like. So I think I like this one. Let's see when earnings are. Earnings are March 6th. So that's like 2 days from the day of this watch list. But I do like the strong uptrend it's in based off RSI. Because you can use RSI to confirm a strong trend if it's been oversold for a period of time, but just remember it's going to have to pull back, and it could be that earnings are going to cause it to pull back, but you can play a move. So it's a bull flagging on daily. Watch for resistance around, was it 480 something? We'll see, around $5. Whoa, around $5. Okay, so that is FTK. Make sure I have my volume turned off. KNDI. So this could potentially be a tweezer bottom or a bullish harami, but it's going to have this, it's going to have to break this 791, and then it'll have resistance at 818, at 682. Let's take a look at the hourly, see what the hourly is showing. Okay, so just based on, what I see right now with the hourly, I'm going to say no, just because look at that, it's trading right between those moving average lines. So I wouldn't put that on right now, because that's too strong of a support and resistance. So let's take a look at STKL. Okay, so it's been oversold. Guess it didn't have great earnings. It's got resistance at 329. It could potentially be a bear flag, and because it's the weekend, for some reason they don't put the easy to borrow, hard to borrow stocks on there, so I don't know if you can short this which would be the only reason why I would potentially not put it on the watch list. But it could also be starting to form a cup. It did break above and close above this 50 SMA, and it's sort of a little bit of a bull flag. And the 50 SMA is pointing down. So it is going to have room up to that 387. So I kind of like, I don't like this. So that's going to potentially keep me from putting it on because it's a bear flag right there. Let's look at the... Yeah, I'm not putting that on. That could potentially be a double top to start Monday. So let's take a look at OBE. That's going to be a no because it's right between support and resistance. Okay, VERI. Okay, so I like this. You can see bull flag could be forming another flagpole. It's got resistance at this 804. Let's take a look at the hourly, see what the hourly shows us. So it's a cup and forming potentially a handle on the hourly. So I like it. And you can see this like cup and potential handle on the 5-minute as well. Oops, create alert. Okay, so bull flag on daily. Watch for possible resistance around 805. Okay, so that is going to be VERI. Let's take a look at BE. Okay, so BE I like. It is sort of a double bottom, triple bottom actually. You can see 1, 2, 3. It's got to break out of this 1735. And then it has room to go up to around 2150. So I like it. Let's take a look at the hourly. And it's bull flagging on the hourly. I'm not a huge fan of those tweezer tops to end the day, but I like the rest of it. Let's see, what is this? What is this? 1750. Okay, so it's a triple bottom with bull flag on daily. Watch for resistance around 17. Oh man, I forgot again. Around, I'll say 1750 because I forgot. Yeah, around that. Okay, so BE, HABT, that's going to be a no. Super indecisive, so I wouldn't put that on. VFF, not going to put that on just because it's oversold, trading at its highs. There's nowhere to go with support and resistance. Yeah, it's at all-time highs. So I would not put that on right now just because you don't have a gauge of how far it could go. So that could be something that if it pops up on a scanner that you trade. Let's take a look at TRNX. Oh, that's going to be a no for me. That is really bad. FOMX. Also a no. It's trapped in between moving averages, so I wouldn't put that on. Let's take a look at TGODF. Okay, so a little inverse and head and shoulders-y on this daily. Let's take a look at the hourly, see what the hourly is showing. So it broke that 324 resistance, got room up to 360. I like that it held its near its highs. So inverse, head in, shoulder-ish on daily. Ooh. Watch for, resistance around 360. Okay. Oops, TGODF. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 stocks for the daily watch list, so we're going to leave it at that. Because if you have too many stocks to watch, then you're going to miss out on moves, especially if you have a scanner going. So let's take a look at possible swing trades. We have FSCT. Okay, so I like the cup handle. It did break out. Let's see but it's at all-time highs. However, it's a cup on the weekly and you know what will tell me? The option spreads. And it doesn't have a ton of volume or open interest, so that's going to be a no. UFS. So that is potentially forming an inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head. Could be forming a right shoulder before going up. Let's take a look and just see. So it has a lot of open interest but no volume yet for April on the puts or the call side. Let me just look and see, but the spreads are kind of big. Well, actually, they're not that bad. I don't like, though, this right between the moving averages, so I wouldn't put that on. REG. Could be moving down to test this 200. Let's take a look. No open interest, no volume. MYOK. Don't see anything I like. It's going to be a no for me. The spreads are really bad. ROL. Don't like that red candle on the day. Let's take a look. No open interest. So CVET. That's going to be a no. It's a new stock. I don't like anything about that. ZGNX. That's going to be a no too. Super indecisive. Can even take a look at it's got a lot of open interest for this 55 strike. But the spreads are more than 20 to 25 cents, so I wouldn't put that on. UVE, that's going to be a no. You can just tell by that right there. It had earnings and it didn't do well. Ramp. So 55.10 is its high. Oh yeah, look at that. I don't like anything about that. Let's take a look and see. Those spreads are huge. I wouldn't put that on. Oops. No. Okay, let's go take a look at TDC. Maybe bull flagging. Let's take a look. It has potentially for April. Has more for the put side for the month of March. So I do like that they have tighter spreads. Like even in the money, if you go in the money at 47.50, it's only 15-cent spread. And out of the money is about 10 cents. It's in a rising wedge, so it's going to break out of that. So we don't see any resistance. So if we come over to the weekly, what does the weekly show us? Oh, I like the weekly. Is a cup and handle-ish on the weekly? It's too hard to see. Let me see if the monthly shows it better. Okay. So we would have resistance around 55.64. But I like the spreads that has the open interest in April. So I like it. Inside a rising wedge on daily. If it breaks out, watch for resistance around 55 something. Let's say 55.50. All right, that is TDC. Let's take a look for like maybe one more if we can find one more. GLPI. No. SJI. No. So we're right at resistance. AGO. Okay, this one maybe. Maybe. Let's take a look at the spreads. So it has more interest in the money for March. Has some interest out of the money in April. Let's take a look at the weekly. Okay, so 45.73 is probably going to be, yeah, 45.73 would be its resistance. Just take a look at the monthly, see if I like the pattern on the monthly. I do, it's like a 3 white soldiers on the monthly, and could even be like a cup handle and starting to break out on the monthly. And if we're looking at like an April, let's take a look at the hourly, an April option, which you can take whatever option you want. It's just, it's bull flagging on the hourly. It might come down a little because it is overextended from this 9 EMA, so that might come down. It's not overextended on the 5-minute though. But I do like the monthly pattern. Okay, so 3 white soldiers on monthly chart. Watch for resistance at all-time highs of 55. Oh, I forgot. 50-ish, 50-ish, because I forgot. All right, so that is going to be our watch list for Monday. If you are not a member, then just head over here to our website. You can subscribe. If you do subscribe to, oh, it's snowing outside. If you do subscribe to our trading service, you get access to our trade room. So that's going to be a great help to you whenever you don't have a great watch list or not a great trading day. You can talk to people in the trade rooms. You will have access to our trade idea scanner. You can see right here for the monthly and the day or the yearly. You get access to the live screen share of our trade idea scanners, and they have quite a bit of scans that they show to you guys. And the chat rooms are great. They live stream right in there. You can watch them trade different stocks. They talk about options. They talk about penny stocks. They talk about large cap stocks. So you just get, it's like going to a class, a 2-hour class every day if you're in the live stream, which is a great deal. And on a day like today, if you live in Connecticut, where I live, it's snowing outside. You don't want to go. I have to go out to a bachelorette party tonight, and I'm looking outside and I'm like, nah, I don't want to go. So what can I do instead of going to this bachelorette party, which I'm going to have to go to anyways? I can come over here. I can do these free courses. I can learn the basics of trading, day trading, swing trading, options trading, which if you watch any of my videos on our YouTube channel, you know I'm a big fan of trading options. Love to day trade naked calls and puts, swing trade spreads, and all those fancy option strategies. And you can learn the candlesticks and patterns and support and resistance. And what I'm looking at when I make these watch list videos are candlesticks, patterns, support, and resistance. You don't have to do anything super fancy. You just have to be willing to take the time and put in the effort, which, if we're being honest, most people don't want to do. They just want to be told what to do, how to do it, and get in and out. But if you learn how to do it for yourself, you can make better trades and make safer trades and make more money instead of following someone in and out who has a different goal than you do. So take advantage of our courses. I am a living testimony that they work. I have never been a part of any other service. I've only done Bullish Bear stuff, and I make all your watch list videos or watch lists except for the 2 that Lucian do a week, which we're very thankful for. So I feel like I sound like I'm selling something, like my voice changed or something. I don't know. It's Saturday. I'm a little lazy. I just got up a little bit ago. I still have to drink my coffee, but I just wanted to get this done before I have to get ready to go celebrate a bride. But even just take a look here. We're going to get more into investing. We've got our trading companies, trading apps, trading setups, trading books. There's so much information on here for you guys. And you can just come over here, take a look at our watch list. If you are a member, you get our trade alerts. So it's just all great stuff. Trust me, I am a living testimony of it. Join the Bullish Bears. You won't regret it, especially if you're willing to put in the work. And have a great weekend. And we'll see you guys all on Monday.